Oui, yeah. I do believe we are live and completely here. So I'll say, indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution, another opportunity for us to find ourselves present with where we are. I am very happy to be present with you, friends, today. We have driven for 7 hours to be where we are right now, to be completely here, in so many words. And it definitely has been an experience of appreciation. That's a good way to say it. A great deal of appreciation for this country that I live in. Getting to see my country through the eyes of other people definitely did add a little bit of extra appreciation for where it is I live and grew up. I did experience a bunch of things, been seeing a bunch of things that I've never seen before in my life. We saw a rhino on the way here, just like chilling next to the road. It was technically in a fenced area, but it was next to the road on the way here. We met Jill, the lady that manages the space. Her home is the one just next to us. This is the little guest cottage that they have built onto their space. She told us of the nice places in this area, good restaurants to eat, good places to go see, experiences to have if we're into that. And we have Aaron and Tiana inside, sitting in front of the fire, because it is cold here, technically. And they're playing some cards. Giovanna is out there, exploring a little bit. You might see her return. If she doesn't return soon, I'm gonna end the stream and go look for her. Being completely here. It's not always easy to be. I definitely find myself scatterbrained when I am amongst a lot of other people. It's like there's so much going on around me that I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do other than try and cater to every distraction, whim of attention. Being completely here, something I regularly rebel against. Looks like me and you are in the same boat on that, dear friend. I can rebel against being completely here myself sometimes. Like, why should I, when there are so many other thoughts that are more entertaining than reality? I don't even think it's about entertaining. I think it's more about conviction, right? It's like we become so convinced with whatever thought we are entertaining in our minds that we will literally ruin our lives, Sam. We'll ruin our lives for ourselves. Get all angry, get all upset, get all caught up in our own minds about what things are supposed to be like. You know my line that suffering is wanting for things to be differently. That is, that's just because it's cold. It's that cold. 6 to 7. I'm a 6 to a 7. That's nice. Still what? C? I think that's passing, right? I can pass. I'm fine with that. Get all angry. But what if reality also makes me angry? That's the thing, Sam. That's the thing. Reality made you. Period. Right? So in that way, reality is not exactly that responsible for the angry part. It's, it's responsible for the everything part. Right? So there is no separation in that way. At least that's the way I try to see it. I am an angry person, you know? At least I consider myself an angry person. But because I consider myself an angry person, I try not to be. I try to be extra mindful of the things that anger me. And then I try to be even more mindful of the thoughts that I entertain when I get angry. And interestingly enough, it was me playing Dota as a young man that taught me that lesson, right? Dota did not teach me how to control my anger. In fact, Dota made me more angry than anything else I've ever done in my life. However, there was a point in my experience where I realized that the level of angry I was getting was not only not healthy, but it was unacceptable. Matt Zen. Look at this dude. Matt Zen, I'm in the Drakensberge. You see, you're not seeing the actual mountains, but I promise, there's mountains back there. If you look, if you walk through the forest, there's mountains on the other side of it. And like I legitimately thought I got away from that game, right? The first reason that I stopped playing it is because I thought it was ruining my life. I thought the amount of time that I was spending, and it wasn't something I was live streaming, wasn't talking about, wasn't making any content of, right? Wasn't posting shorts of my, impressive plays. It was just a matter of spending time doing this thing. And I stopped doing it when I started doing these live streams because I thought there was something more important for me to do. And then during the live streams, I started playing it again. Very, very shamefully, in so many words. I didn't want you friends to know. I did end up admitting it at some point, but it felt very brief and like I didn't want to linger on that point. And then I stopped playing it again for a little bit. And then the third time, when I started playing it again after a big long swath of not playing it at all, I played it again. And the first few games were so fun, in so many words. Very fun. The experience did bring me a sense of accomplishment and joy, right? Dopamine. However, it started becoming progressively less fun. As I would play more games, I would lose more games. And you would get into these spirals of losing, essentially. And every time you lose, you get more tilted. And every time you get more tilted, you play worse. You make impulsive decisions. You buy things you're not supposed to buy. Like it's a whole fractal, all right? And then you lose more games. And then there is a certain level of almost like taking the reins into your own hands and what role you pick. And because of all of this pent up, I picked the mid role, right? Where you basically play 1v1 against another player. So it's up to you to be the better player in that instance, right? Like that's what's important, literally. And then I have another person in my team basically trying to take the middle lane when he's not the right hero, right? It's not the most efficient strategy for him to be in that lane. But he clearly probably was also on a tilt streak, also wanting to take the reins into his own hands. And he also made the same decision as me to play mid lane in that moment. However, the level of rage, that was being generated in my soul, right? Like a warrior that is watching someone, try and conquer the land. All right. I felt that I'm gonna go and slay my enemy kind of energy inside my spirit. And I was like, oh, I can't be like that. If I allow myself that level of spiral over something so inconsequential, right? How much more capable am I of actually losing my mind when things are for real, right? When things are serious, when things are real life kind of thing. And I had to almost like, I literally, after realizing almost like this moment of like, oh shit, I literally deleted the game. I instantly exited out of the game. I didn't abandon my match. I still finished my match. And then I instantly just deleted the game. And I was like, yeah. And I haven't opened it ever since. That was again, I think, like 3 years ago or something. Anger is a very interesting power. Play Genshin Impact. I've been thinking about it. Oh, it's single player and less competitive. Yeah, the Gen, of course, the Matt Zen is going to try and convince me. He is, to the friends who don't know, Matt Zen is a VTuber that plays Genshin Impact. Talking about self-reflection, I can relate with anger, bro. Same, but different, but still same. Anger is a very powerful force, right? And I, again, do think I'm an angry person. I get angry relatively easily. However, I have tried to shape my anger in a way where it's like, if I want to say the word a foam sword, right? Like I'm always carrying the sword with me that is anger, but I have covered it in foam, and I try to be very playful. Ah, yeah, on guard, I bonk you with the up, mildly stabs you with foam sword. No death. Did you die? Hmm? When I said something mean, did you die? No. No, you continue to live. Stronger still, having gotten bonked by foam sword. At least I'd like to believe. Some people don't like sparring. Some people don't have the timing. Some people don't want to. That's it. I feel that way as well with video games. I play on story mode because I'm getting angry playing something. It's defeating the whole purpose. Yeah, exactly. You're supposed to be relaxing. But again, Dota is not a game you play to relax. Dota is a game you play to feel a certain way. And for me, it was to feel smart, to feel fast, to feel like I have faster reactions than you. And because I was faster than you are, now you're dead. that's kind of that's kind of the game, right? Really like outsmarting your opponent. It's like not exactly 5D chess because there's something like that or whatever, or 4D chess. It's like chess if there was only 5 people on the board, but instead of only the chess pieces you have 115 different chess pieces, and depending on which chess pieces you choose, there's synergy between them or lack of it, and depending on which pieces the other team chooses, the same thing. And there's synergies that benefit you and synergies that don't, depending on which heroes they pick as well. And then there's a picking order where they get to see who you're picking and they get to pick accordingly, right? So there's so many layers of being aware that you have to tune your brain into. And then if you can see that lack of awareness, right, the person that's actually playing the game and relaxing while doing so skizzes your brain, right? Because your brain has made it competitive to itself, where a lack of seriousness is like the weakest link kind of thing, right? Like you see a tribe member not not hunting as hard as you are, and you're like, what is? Are you not hungry enough? Should we be starving you? Oh, our anger comes from a deep place, probably. Surely there's a purpose for it, right? What's the best way to use it? So you learn how to control your anger. Can you summarize it? I gave you a little bit of a perspective. I don't think there's really a containing or controlling your anger. I think it's more a shaping, right? I can turn my anger into a sharp dagger and stab everybody that angers me. Or or I can be swoopy swoopy with it. Yo, yo. I'll tell you when I'm angry. I will. I'll tell you. I'll tell you when I'm angry. I'm not opposed to that. But I am going to be very direct, unfortunately. Right? You might still get hit by the foam sword, but you won't die. Right? Nobody's going to die. Your primary purpose is to protect the planet. UMBC speaking. Focus on your purpose. I can agree with that. Now anger only comes from pain, and pain only comes from one's expectation in self and others. Yeah, exactly. That's a very poignant point that you're making there, Firestar. I appreciate it. Anger is a painful human experience that can be harnessed to cleanse my house. Yeah, exactly. You can get angry at how dirty your house is, and at the version of you that let it get so bad. You can be angry at, be like, yes, I can't fucking believe that I would fuck my own house up. And then you use that anger and you clean it. You get it done. You have to feel good about yourself. Foam sword, right? My question is, now that you know how to manage anger, did you ever learn how to manage happiness? I try and be in a state of happiness in general. I find happiness in small things. Like I'm finding happiness in the fact that this thing is keeping me warm. Like a big bunch of happiness. It's chico pretty. This is another gift from Jovan, technically. I gifted her mine as well, and she's wearing it right now, out there. I'm thinking about her the whole time. Might have to finish the stream soon after I finish these comments. But yeah, I'm appreciating that this is nice and warm around me. I'm appreciating that I have a yoga mat underneath me to sit on. I'm appreciating having you here to hear me. I don't know if I'm being insightful, but I am being a reflection of a human experience in this moment in time, as you are, a reflection of that as well. And as you reflect here with me, surely there is some sort of amplification, right? That which we are is being amplified by us exploring more of it. We can continue to explore what is, but this is a live stream, right? What is actively being found. I'm not writing a script down. I don't have plans. I have kind of a plan to go and look for Siobhan, but it usually comes in the moment. You friends bring the inspiration into my heart to be what I am to you in this moment. All right. Like I'm really enjoying your comments. I appreciate that. It makes me happy, Firestar. Makes me happy that you're asking such good questions. All right. Happiness can be simple. I think it should be, in fact. If you overcomplicate what makes you happy, you're literally making it harder for yourself to be. Right? If you find happiness in just having a meal every now and then, having a place to sleep. Me personally, because I'm a technomancer, having access to the internet. Yeah. Like there is so much happiness to be found in the tools we have right now. Like, infinity, literally. Literally infinity in your hand right now. Stop holding me up. Yeah. My point is, one who does not control their lust for pleasure and happiness will generally find themselves angry. Yeah. And again, the things that make me angry is usually dissatisfaction, right? Dissatisfaction in myself or my experience, and dissatisfaction in others. And that can be interpreted as when I am dissatisfied with others. It is when others are dissatisfied that dissatisfies me. All right. Like I feel like it hurts my soul when I see someone, man, hurts me deep. Like I want to fix problem. I want to fix problem. But the problem is, when you try and fix the problem for one person, you can cause the problem for the other, right? It's like kids. Imagine you have 3 kids, and you have one really nice, who says tree facing chair. All right. And it's like a big granite chair, right? It's literally carved out of freaking 3-ton rock. So you don't have 3 of those chairs, right? You just have that one, because when you made it for yourself, you didn't have the 3 children, for example. And now, all 3 of those children want to sit in that same seat. And you can't move it, and you can't make it bigger. And building 3 more might not be something you have the time for or the resources. So you taking time away from one of the children to give time to the other might cause them the same dissatisfaction that the first one had in asking. Right? And in that way, like it becomes frustrating to me that we can find so much dissatisfaction in not having what we want. And like I know I want for a lot, but I'm satisfied with what I have in this moment. At least I would like to believe I am. I even had the thought on the way here that I would have been just as happy to spend time with the people that I love at home this whole time, right? Never leave the farm. I love the fact that we get to see more places right now, more so than ever. Like there's so much world out here for us that I've never seen before. But it won't make me any more happy than anything else. How happy I am is a direct relation to how happy the people around me are. And I guess in that way it is relative, what exactly makes us happy. There is a lot of perspective when it comes to the expectations we put upon ourselves and others. And then when they have no more choice, they will become passive so that they can avoid standing up for what's right. And they will be proud and say, look how I do not play video games and eat healthier. Are you casting an assumption upon me, Firestar? If you are, let me read that again. They will be proud and say, look, I don't think it's about pride either, right? It's more about wanting us all to be a little bit more satisfied with our lives as they are. And it's in a personal journey, little Burby. It's in a personal journey of you learning exactly who you are, right? And what serves you. I love these burp sounds. Yeah. Learning what serves your soul. And there are some things that's better for your soul than other things. And I'll talk about that stuff for my soul. And if you have a soul too, and you do some exploring as well with me, then you'll find messages in your soul as well that steer you towards your life. This bird is freaking going at it. Skibbity bobbity. Hey, booty booty. Scoopity booty scoops. Oh, don't get me wrong. If the planet could survive with passiveness, then this would be great. Yeah, it depends on what you consider passive, bro. Right? I just drove 7 hours with 3 friends and my beloved, right, which is one of my friends, to a different place. I carried the bags with Erin's help inside the home. I set a fire for my friends before I came and did my yoga. Then I set up my camera and my yoga mat, and I gave a yoga class to friends in Encinitas. Then I finished my yoga class, and then I sat down this live stream to have this conversation with you right now. All right, if that is your idea of passivity, phew, I need to have some of what you're having, bro. All right, like things are always being done. And like again, it's not finished after this stream finishes either. All right, we're going new places. I'm gonna go to a restaurant I've never been to before. After that, I'm gonna come back and I'm going to make a flower. I have to make a work of art. Have to, want to. I want to make a work of art. I'm gonna make one of these. Right? Guess it's a matter of perspective. If I look calm to you right now, it's because I'm choosing to be. I've done a lot of doing. Some passivity serves my soul, taking a moment to calm down. Morning from the other side of the world. Thank you, Darren. Morning to you. It's not morning, maybe to me right now, but it probably is to you. Bless you, friend. It's nice having you here. My problem with MMOs is the presence of other people. Melt. No, my problem with MMOs is the fact that there's not 5 of me to play as myself in a team. I could like up the ego on that one, Sam. Thank you for setting me up. I have to run. Love you, Madsen. It's nice having you here, bro. Got this market to work and music is getting loud. Make a fantastic stream further, Mel. Thank you, bro. Make a fantastic, not have. Yeah, make. I like that. Anton Graham, it's nice having you here too. Boxy Blocks. It's 8:29 p.m. at my place. It's 4:37 here. Things aren't always happy and great, but God promises never to abandon us. It's true. It's true. You cannot be abandoned by that which is everything. Right? Abandoning the earth. Man, like, I'm gonna just abandon Earth. Sure, you can get on a rocket ship, but guess what? You're literally made of it. You're made of this stuff around you. You are it. It's no separation. Just surrender to his will. Surrendering. So upon surrendering, I pictured the cross in my mind. And then the closer the cross got to me, I realized that it was in fact a cactus growing in the shape of a cross. And then I got closer and I saw there was a little flower growing out of the cactus. And I got closer and I saw there was a little beetle, a blue one, with iridescent little connector bitties. And it could roll itself up in a little ball. And it would roll in a circle down that little flower. Was that what was supposed to happen? I should surrender more often. That's sweet. Loved ones, hey River Coon, it's nice having you. Come visit the Caribbean, that would be nice. You don't have to invite me twice, Anton. You have a place for me? Can I come and stay at your place? Staying places is expensive, bro. Yes. Whoever thought having to pay for the place you stay in was a good idea? Yes. Why did you do that? What beseeched you to think, people living somewhere? I think they should pay for that. I think that's gonna be fucking expensive. I'm getting cold. I can feel my body wanting to like. You will find a new way to be happy. I find happiness right here. I'm thinking about Jo more than anything. I want to go and look for her. Happiness comes from a faith in a way. Remain confident in your ability to traverse this life, always. Welcome to the stream, Anton, where we abide in the knowledge that what the divine has made remains connected to him and thus is always in communication with him. In communion with him. Did you hear me say that I want to go look for you just now?
No, I didn't.
It's nice having you back. Did you hear the birdie that was singing here?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I will literally go to the live stream and show you. I was losing my mind. Joe's here.
Hello, friends.
I did tell them that we're wearing matchy. I've been so grateful for this. Yeah, it's colder cold here than I anticipated too. To be honest,
by the water too, so
yeah, you're getting goosebumps in your neck.
It's cold. It's cold.
To be honest and to be fair, I don't live in this part of Africa.
Fair.
uh, okay, Anton, bless. Nice, nice chatter, Meltmore. Thank you, Shabal. We've had Sam here
Hi,
blessing us.
Sam.
With Adam Adamson.
Adam
We
Adamson.
had Matt Zen, that friend that I made at Earth Dawns,
Nice.
the Genshin Impact playing VTuber.
Mm.
Yeah. Talked a little bit about anger today on stream.
Mm.
Told the anecdote of like my Dota days and like that story I told in the car as well of like the level of anger that I reached in my heart playing that game.
Dr. K always says that anger stems from hurt. You
He-
can always trace anger back to hurt. What did Sam say
we
that
had
day?
we had a friend say that as well. Like the words was hurt is pain, and pain causes us to like almost like feel anger. You know, like let me even read it for you. That way it'd be a little bit more. It is. We've been having some cool chats actually. So here it goes. It's like my point is one who does not control their lust for pleasure and happiness will generally find themselves angry, and when they have no more choice, they will become not exactly that one. Maybe wrong. Maybe a little bit up. There we go. Now anger only comes from pain, and pain only comes from one's expectations in self and others.
Mm.
Right. So getting hurt by that. Right.
Sure.
And then I had this conversation with the friends about how seeing in myself how angry I could get in a game, it like almost helped me explore through that medium how angry I'm capable of getting and how that is not an appropriate way for me to be.
Mm.
Right? Like seeing the range of what I'm capable of kind of thing in myself made it so like the conversation almost started with my admittance that I do consider myself an angry person,
Mm.
right? And that I'm, you've seen me a little bit fiery, quick to anger sometimes. But the way that I have tried to like shape that anger in my life is like I have this sword on me that is anger, and I have covered it in foam and tape, or so many rolls of tape. And then I use it sometimes, you know, to bonk people. And I try to be flourishy about it to the point where they realize they won't die.
To where it's not a stabby object that can stab you, it's just a blunt object that you're gonna have to.
A little bit of bonking. Some bonking might be endured. And I was like, I don't know if that's the right way to see it either. But I had this conversation with Nantes where he mentioned that every single emotion has to have some sort of reason for it to exist. And what is the reason for anger to exist? And then,
Action sometimes.
yeah, exactly. And then maybe what is the way to use that energy? And we had a friend even talking about that where they use anger to clean their house. And I mentioned that that's the way I've seen it as well. Like you can use anger to get angry at how dirty your house is and the version of you that let your house get that far, you know, into the dirtiness kind of thing. And you can push yourself from that perspective a little bit.
Mm.
How do you use anger, Jean?
I try not to use anger. I try to diffuse anger.
Yeah, does that work? Does that help?
Yeah, I think so because I think a lot of decisions that are made in anger are not necessarily the most. Anger causes cortisol, right? Anger causes a stress response. Anger is a thing that like makes you want to have to or feel like you have to make a decision really fast to change things, and which there is a place for that. I think there's a place for everything. But I think that for the most part, I'm also one who's quick to anger. I mean, in my past especially, I've slowed down in my quickness to anger. I try to keep grounded, but like when I catch myself feeling quick to anger, I often want to make some decisions that I catch myself wanting to make decisions that like I don't want to make later on after the anger is diffused.
Yeah. It's like the
So
perspective in the moment of anger is very limited.
yeah, so typically, like in hindsight, after the anger has been diffused, I catch myself being like, geez, I'm glad I didn't do that, right? Didn't
And
do that thing that I immediately jumped to and wanted to do, right?
yeah, like I wonder what it is about that emotion that like almost like I'm thinking about the whole seeing red thing, right? Where
People point their finger in your face and say things like, "You lost your tip." Yeah.
Were you like angry, like super angry in that moment?
Oh, 100%.
It's not just like I
I
thought.
wasn't the one pointing the finger.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was a
yeah.
waitress and had somebody pointing their finger in my face saying, "You lost your tip," because they got their salsa
Yeah, they
and
were.
chips
Yeah,
before their mixed drink.
Joe was waiting for their drinks to be ready, and then their
Anyways,
chips came out and lost their minds about that.
oh, they were in my
Like
face.
I thought, the way that you told that story for the first time was almost like you were in a state of shock when this was
Oh,
happening.
I was angry. I'm like, "Who is
Yeah.
this guy?"
Like,
And trust me, I thought of doing terrible things. I was like, I'm handling this man's food, and he's acting like this. No, but
just
I didn't.
flick
I
a
didn't.
booger.
I was respectful. I was actually so respectful that when he dropped $100, I gave it back to him.
That's very hardcore. Like, and that's
In hindsight, I think I should have taken it though.
maybe that would be the good use of anger, kind
Maybe that would
of.
have been the good, yeah. Maybe that would have been the good use of anger.
You want a microphone too, Joe?
I'm sure they can hear me.
They might be able to see.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
can hear
they
me.
should be able to hear you. Yeah. Did you see something nice out there?
I
Where did
just
you walk?
walked out to the dock and with my mats and meditated in front of the great big lake. There's a lake out there. Saw all kinds of ducks. I saw people herding cattle across the mountain. And then, like 5 minutes later, once the cows kind of disappeared from sight, there was another little cow that was like, "Wait up!"
Running.
Yeah, and I saw this cow like run into like behind like there's a bunch of trees and stuff. And then when I heard that I assume once the cow got to the rest of the cows, they were all like mooing, cheering him on. Oh my goodness, we didn't tell him about the ducks at Monte Casino.
The little
They did
friend
the same thing as
dogs.
the duck did. Yeah,
Should we tell them?
you could tell
Like
him.
we had this moment at Monte Casino, basically waiting for our yoga to set up, and we just have this little duck coming out, making like he's doing a march, quack 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 quack
Just
quack
by
quack quack,
himself in the
quack, just
middle.
by himself, and it really looks like he's running straight for the gate to like make a jailbreak, and he's quack
I'm like,
quack
this
quack,
guy's trying to
quack,
escape.
and we're like we feel like we're now witnessing him having a Madagascar moment kind of thing, and we just let him be, It's like who are we to try and stop a duck from finding his freedom? However, as we start noticing him getting close to the door, we see, as Joe said, someone herding essentially a single duck back into the resort. And the duck, instead of like continuing out the door, stood still and stopped quacking ceaselessly. And the other duck could already see the other one. And then we were like, are they friends? Is that duck waiting for the other duck to come back home? And then literally just like slotted in next to each other, and then they
Walk together, chitter chattering, like,
walked.
what'd you see
Yeah.
out there?
Tell us, tell us.
What was that
I'm
scene?
imagining now suddenly, like, if you saying that this whole story of the duck getting all the way into the casino, walking amongst the machines, walking into the crystal shop.
Man stuff. What kind of stuff's out there? Like, I don't
Bro,
know, bro. Use your wings.
you won't fucking believe it
You
though.
can fly out. That was always an option.
That's always an option. What movie is that?
That was Rick and
Rick
Morty.
and
Where
Morty. Oh
Jerry.
yeah, yeah,
That
the
was,
Jerrys.
I'm leaving. That
I'm
was
leaving.
always an
It's
option.
option. Cheers. Oh jeez. Now I think we're ready at this moment. Let's see. But we're gonna have some friends like Bib Bop and
Jaju
Adam. Jaju,
kun.
it's nice having you. Come visit the Caribbean. Sure will do. At some point. The Caribbean is closer to you, right?
I've been to the Caribbean.
Oh yeah.
Bahamas.
With Kayela even.
Hmm.
The whole her driving thing.
Yeah.
Happiness comes from faith in the way. Remain confident in your ability to traverse his life. So that same friend who had the line about anger is pain, he was also like, so if you think you mastered anger, at least to your extent, have you mastered happiness? And I instantly thought about you, and I mentioned this, poncho. Yep,
Get
poncho. Yeah,
Poncho is a
poncho.
poncho. I just
And
call it Yapon
how,
because you
yeah,
poncho.
I did get schooled, but my mom was just like, it's not a yapon, it's a poncho. I'm like, okay, thanks, Ma. But like instantly, I said the fact that it is a little bit chilly out here, and this is keeping me warm right now. And you're the one who traded. And then I was like, and she's probably being kept warm by mine right now.
Mhm.
And then I talked about how I'm grateful to have this moment of quiet on my yoga mat right now, and I'm grateful to be here safe, with my friends. and how I've thought on the way here that I would have been just as happy spending the entire 2 weeks with you friends on the farm than going to all the places, right? I feel like it's, of course, a different perspective where I've been in South Africa a long time. I don't need to see more of it to know that I love it here. And how, like, even in that, I felt this realization that we could find happiness anywhere.
That's kind of the point, right?
Yep, yep.
That's kind of the point of the work that we do.
Especially with the fact that we're now internet people as well. Like, we have really good internet out here.
Is it? That's nice.
It's like 10 times as good as the internet
Means
we
I
had
can
at
play some
home.
Pokemon.
You could
I can
totally, you can
Pokemon
catch
from
some
mountains.
crazy creatures here.
Probably the same ones at homes, but same one as at home. But
I hope you can catch something novel.
I hope I can catch something novel. It'll at least have the tag that says it's from the
If that,
mountains.
okay. And not from South Africa? Doesn't have that?
Oh, it will.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, yeah. Pokemon prayer. You never got yourself one of those Pokemon watches, did you?
I did.
You did?
It wasn't a watch. It was a little thing. It's a little button you
Yeah,
press.
to throw your ball, right, or
I
something like
guess you
that.
could wear it around your wrist. Yeah, the battery died on it. I've used it to the point where the battery's dead, so I have to take it apart and replace the battery. Or
Isn't that not rechargeable?
no, it's one of those little tiny batteries.
This is why I hate Nintendo.
Yeah. You have to do the same thing with the the gold and the silver cartridges from 2000 and 2000. You had to like actually take them apart and replace
I've
the
never
battery.
said this out loud, Joe.
You
Because
shouldn't talk bad about Nintendo.
yeah, that's the. I'm not talking bad about Nintendo, of course not. But the whole you playing Pokemon thing, the only reason I never got into playing Pokemon.
Because you played Dota too much.
That's I talked about that, is
I know
true.
you mentioned it.
But it was because of the Nintendo Fractal. Like, I have an axe to grind with the likes of Nintendo. I'm not saying bad, of course. Nothing bad being said. You want to have one?
Yeah.
Please. But yeah, they really don't care about their customers.
Yeah, they make it to where like to take apart their cartridge, you have to have like a special screwdriver or like be really innovative.
Of course. Why normal screwdriver when you can make special screwdriver that none of your customers have, and they probably don't even sell it.
Oh no.
Yeah, even
they don't want you to.
Yeah, I was about to
buy a
say
new
exactly.
cartridge.
You could pay, of course, like $5 for the $5 for the new freaking battery or the screwdriver, but they won't even respect you that much. So welcome. Yeah, I can get peeved. I can get so peeved.
It's a good game. It's an excellent game.
Yeah, well designed.
It's hard to get in. Yeah, it's hard. It's not hard to get into it anymore. They really optimized the new Pokemon. So, Pokemon. How are you supposed to say it? I've always said Pokemon.
Same. Yeah. It definitely is one of those things that I played emulators on my Note 2 when I was 15. So it was like a Android phone that you could basically sideload emulators onto, and then you can play. Of course, this is theoretical that I'm talking right now. I would never do such a thing. But you could potentially play all of the old games. And I loved them. I really did love them. But I think I loved them as much as I did because I felt like my cell phone was, like a Game Boy or whatever. Felt this sense of I was having a childhood experience. Even
you
though,
got a cell phone young, didn't you?
My first cell phone, we had a rule in our house. Still, well, now all of us are older than that. Have this rule in our house where you only get your first cell phone after 13.
I think I shared a cell phone until I was 17 with my sister.
Okay.
It was a Razor, a little flip phone.
Nice.
So
I wanted one of those so bad as a kid.
It looked pretty and it felt nice in your hand, but that's about it.
No.
It
was
held
very
like
thin.
3 photos.
Exactly.
And they were 15 megs each. And they were in terrible quality.
15 kilobytes each, probably. Or
I'm pretty sure it was megs.
15 megabytes?
Like they were small.
15 megabytes is big.
Okay.
Maybe KB.
Maybe it's KB. I don't know.
I could imagine it being KB, especially if you mention it's low resolution. Like my Flowers is 50 megs total. right? So that would be like a quarter of the
Maybe it was
resolution.
kilobytes. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I know it was 15. It was like it was small.
And as you said, like you could have three photos, two songs, and like five numbers on it, kind of thing.
It was basically like a floppy disk.
Yeah. Technology has come a far way. The first cell phone I ever
Do you,
had
do you
was,
know what a floppy disk is?
yeah. I've used floppy disks.
Oh,
My dad had an old Windows 95 PC. That was how I started with PCs. Uh,
you
was
said
it
you
a,
started.
this was
You started with
old PC. I did kind
cell
of
phone.
sidetrack
Cell
myself.
phone.
Oh yeah, so the first phone I had was a BlackBerry Curve, and it was a $5 deal, maybe like $6 at the current exchange rate. $6, you get a cell phone. It was a 2-year contract, so 24 months. You pay $6 a month. Then you get the cell phone. You get 180 minutes of call time. You get 250 SMSs, and you get something called BIS, which was BlackBerry Internet Service.
Mm.
And they essentially gave you infinite free internet at like 386 kilobit max speed down, and you could keep using it. And they had something called BBM, BlackBerry Messenger, at the same
Yeah,
time, and you could infinity message on BBM and send photos on
that
BBM and
sounds way
songs.
cooler than ours. Like we could call, we weren't allowed to text. Each text that we sent and received was
What?
15 cents.
What? That's freaking
Yeah,
atrocious.
no. So like we would get in trouble if we texted because it
Yo,
poof 15 cents.
tens. That's even a
So
lot of
that's
money relatively today to be paying for a freaking text. Joe, I want to actually do the math on that. You want to? Is your phone close?
no. I think it's in there.
Like the last time I pulled our WhatsApp records, we had sent
It's
486,000
a lot of
words.
words. See that was my next point. Was that like because of that, I learned to text big and efficient.
Big words?
Like very specifically
Oh,
and
okay.
and
You
as
like
and
you wrote
max
okay, so me
like
and you
200
like
characters.
me and Joe do send text wallish, text to each other. Like we give each other a lot of information. And I always communicated that way as well because with BBM, it it has no reason not to, and it had a QWERTY keyboard, right? So you had like that full keyboard. I'd like learn how to type so fast. Yeah, what a fractal.
Yeah.
And
I
then
didn't my phone didn't even have the keyboard. It was
yeah, you had to
one, two, three,
press it
three,
multiple
four, five, five,
times.
five, six, two, three, five.
That's her so wrecked. You typing a
I
whole
did it really
paragraph
fast
out.
too. I got good at it.
You knew where the buttons were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got good at that
And I
one.
think the phone ended up accidentally getting snapped in half.
By sitting the wrong way, like trying to fold it the wrong way.
Something silly.
Well, yeah, then after 2 years, after the contract was done, kind of thing, I saved that entire 2 years to buy myself a second-hand Samsung phone that I think I paid $200 for, which is a lot of money for a 15-year-old, but not an impossible amount to save in 2 years. And I would just not eat junk food. You know, I'm gonna get myself a cell phone. I can not eat trash for like a couple of weeks because we would get like 10 rand, which is 50 cents. We would get 50 cents every Friday to buy ourselves something. So that was then basically $2 per month. Then that is like $24. And then because I was in the hostel, my mom would give me $25 to buy myself toiletries and stuff like that. And then I would make my soap last as long as possible.
Just not shower.
And no, not showering was being showered every day. That never changed. Every day, I do not miss a shower. Like, and if I miss a shower, I feel like I lose my mind. So like that also. But what I would do is I would wait for all of the other kids to shower, and I would go and eat breakfast. Then like we had like literally, I think maybe 8 minutes from eating breakfast to having to be at school. All right, and then I would have my breakfast done, and I would just like vamonos straight to the showers. And then because of that gap between the morning shower period where everybody wants to shower in the morning and the actual, because also we didn't have constant hot water. I should probably like preface with that. There was a geysers, right? So there's only so much hot water. And if you're not up at 4 a.m. in the morning, you're not getting hot water. And then all of the hot water gets like insta-wrecked. And then there's like a hour-ish between inspection and breakfast. And then that would give it enough time to actually bring it back up to
Oh,
temperature. So I had hot showers every morning. And the other kids hated my guts for it because you're not technically supposed to do that.
nobody stopped
But
you.
nobody stopped me, so I fucking kept doing it. I was like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna come and rip me out of the shower butt ass naked because I want a hot shower? Bet you can try. Tomorrow morning we're gonna have the same fight. Oh, it's nice to have you friends here. Where did you drive to? The Drakensberge, Adam Adamson. We're out in the mountains.
There's baboons up here, apparently.
Yeah, that's something you want to be careful for.
Yeah. I just want to, yeah, mention that I did
Yeah.
see that.
You saw the
No, no, no,
bab.
no, no. I didn't see the
Oh, I
baboons. I
was
did see
about
that
to.
there's a thing that
Fuck.
says "Do not feed the baboons."
No.
Yeah.
No baboons.
Yeah. Don't. Yeah.
Monkeys?
Not.
Chillax. Lekker, lekker. Chop, chop. Monkeys. You.
What's the word for bad? What was the use that she
Uh,
the word that your grandma used for
yeah,
your
man.
no, the word she used for your grapefruit juice.
Slag.
Slack.
Slag.
Slack.
Yeah, that means bad. Oh,
Bad.
this slag. Yeah, very slag. Yeah, baboons. They have like literal canines longer than leopards.
Yeah, they'll bite your liver out.
They're savages, but they're usually pretty chillax. Pretty
Yeah.
until they're not, kind of thing. So you usually don't look at them, and you get to wherever it is you're not
I
yourself.
don't think they're around here, but I think they're around some of the areas that are around here.
Maybe just letting people know, it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
because again, you'll feed them. Like imagine, like this is the fractal.
Well,
You
you'll
have
feed them your liver.
you have a bag of you have a bag of chips. You're like, oh, look at these things. I'm gonna like take some chips out and give it to them. You give them the chips, and they're like, you might have misunderstood. You're still holding chips.
You are the chips.
You're still holding chips, and since you kept holding that chips, you now have become chips. We'll eat the chips. I'm gonna stop. Whoa! I stop myself. Yeah, right back to the present. Oh, look at those butterflies, and her telling us that her butterfly is worse for wear and that she wants the flower. Like that was the most enthusiastic response that we could have hoped for. Not even like a second of like, just like yeah, yeah. Put it right in the middle. She's put it right in the middle. I'm gonna put it up in that corner still a little bit.
I mean, you could cut it into corners. Put it into each.
That could be done,
And then you have extras.
but I don't have them
You have
here.
tiny ones.
Oh, I do
Oh.
have the tiny ones
So you
here.
can put them in between the
I'm
butterflies.
definitely gonna do that.
Yay.
Ooh, that's gonna
Art.
look so good. And people won't run into the door. Perfect.
Perfect.
Suddenly my brain is alive with possibilities. Cutting the big thing in corners. It's such a good idea, but it's gonna hurt me so much to like take a big piece and turn it into 4 smaller pieces.
Nah, it'll look great.
It's gonna look amazing having those.
Yeah, it'll be easy to do too.
We did tell her we're artists, you know. I think if we just stuck the printed thing on the door, maybe we wouldn't be as artistic. Completely artistic people. That's right here's. My problem with MMOs is that there isn't 5 of me. So just Sam told me. So what you're saying is you hate other people, Melt. I'm like, no. What I'm saying is there's not 5 of me in my own team. I was like, I can add more ego. Let me introduce you to my husband who bought 4 separate consoles, copies, and TVs to do that very thing with playing EverQuest.
Nice.
That's fucking wild. But I'm not surprised. You know, I feel like it's a damn shame that he lives in this like primitive age where we should be able to do that all on one computer, ideally. That is bonkers. I don't know what EverQuest is even, but bro, he called it 4 boxing. 4 boxing is Xboxes. I know the feeling. Sure, you could stay. Tiny blue flowers. Hey, is that money? Is that money? Tiny blue. So I like literally like I was scrolling down. Suddenly I see a big green bar, and then I like bring it up, and I hide it back. I don't know if that's gonna translate the way you saw
Goofy.
it. Tiny blue flowers have great spiritual significance when found in the moment of meditation. Doesn't those are they blue? They're purplish, right? Hadidas. Joe has been with the Hadidas this trip. Like this, definitely been a
Gosh, I
Hadidas
haven't heard
theme.
them this morning or the day before, I think.
We
So
don't
I
have
think
much on our. Right, we do have them sometimes on our farm, but like we usually get like two of them.
love the Hottie Dogs.
Aha!
Hottie
Take my
Dog!
money. Thank you, Star Child. I love money, bro. I brought more money. Yes, I just more.
Whoa,
Oh,
again.
love is true. Hello, hey Verna Queen. It's nice having you here. Nice clothes. Thank you. Clicker got a one. Sergio got a one. Thank you, Star Child. He's giving them to other people as well. How wholesome.
Nice.
So if someone wrongs you, it creates hurt. But what happens when you forgive? When you forgive, you find a certain acceptance, I believe, right? That you have not been harmed or wronged in any way, technically. It's like releasing them for the sake of yourself, kind of thing. At least that's the way I see it. You have an opinion on that, Joe?
I think a lot about forgiving because I feel like forgiving is more for the person who's forgiving than it is for the person who needs the forgiveness, usually.
Yeah.
Right? It's more, I mean, can't say more for, right? But more beneficial for, I think, to be honest.
The actual person forgiving.
Yeah. Even
Yeah, the
because like I feel like you're putting down the trigger, right?
yeah,
That's the diffusing thing.
exactly.
Um, I feel like if you, I don't know, walking around with a trigger is like walking around with a loaded gun. I've heard it be said,
Mm,
you know. So I feel like if you put down the trigger, diffuse a thing, like that's the forgiveness. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's how it goes, and it didn't affect me. I'm still alive. You can alter the way you move around things, seeing patterns, right? It's like, ah, this is a pattern of how this is gonna go. I forgive them for doing that to me because I've learned, but course correct, right? There's healthy boundaries.
I think that's a big one. And clear communication, because if you don't clearly communicate, your healthy boundaries are largely ignored.
Mm.
Would be great if we were all already mind readers.
That was just always my philosophy whenever I'm like, I don't know, I think a lot about forgiveness often, right? It's something I think that is important. Without forgiving, you're holding on to the cactus, right?
Yeah, it's my favorite analogy. Joe was referencing this fractal of like one of the easiest ways to visualize forgiveness for yourself is like someone handed you a cactus, said something hurtful, did something inconsiderate. And then in your unexpectedness, usually that's when we get hurt the most, right? When something unexpected happens to us, we grab onto the cactus, right? And then anger can be that response to grip onto it, with like the gritting teeth and releasing that is going to get the thorns out of your hand faster than not.
And then there's the whole anger. It's like, what is it? Is it anger is the vengeance? Is the thing that, or is it vengeance is the poison that,
No, yeah, anger is the poison that what does more harm to the vessel it's in than the people it hurts or the people it touches. Yeah,
vessel it's stored in than the glass it's something.
yeah.
It
I'm
has like a
also
little rhyme
yeah.
to
Where's
it.
the last little bit? Is what I'm looking for. Anger does more harm to the vessel it's stored in.
Then the glass it's poured in, I feel like it
That's
was.
yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, that rhymes still. Nice, nice, nice.
But
It's.
I can't remember if that's right. I don't know.
I mean, canonically,
Canonically?
canonically, that's
Sure.
exactly how it goes. Just like my Seneca quote that I keep misquoting technically.
Yeah,
However,
we
in
don't
the
know what we're
same
talking
way,
about.
yeah,
We're in really high altitude. My brain's
we are, I think, what, three? No, probably like close to 9,000 feet in the air right now.
really high in
Yeah,
the air.
we're so high in the air right now. Yeah, we've literally, as we were driving here,
There's
kept
just
touching the
constant
mountain.
incline the
It
whole
does incline
time.
and kept touching the clouds on our incline as well. Like
Yeah.
literally at some points, zero visibility driving through the clouds. So if someone, I think I read that one. Love is true. Anger is unga bunga. Forgiveness is compassion led to peace.
Nice. Yeah, you get
Yeah,
it.
Star Child, that's right. We can hear her. She's a bit soft though. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah,
man,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I want her to be heard. She's so wise. All of the words must be absorbed by the interwebs.
Africa's
Okay,
cold.
Africa is not
Oh.
cold. She's lying. She's lying to you. Be very scared. You don't want to be here. It's so hot, totally hot all the time to the point where I fan myself. I'm wearing this
Oh,
as
it's making me
I'm
cold.
so I was cold as well for that bit, but I was like, yeah, they'll believe me. They're gonna buy it, right? Don't come here. It's so hot. PlayStation does that too. Use a specialty screw so you can service your consoles
Oh,
yourself.
do they? PlayStation does?
And I think they're better now with their newest releases because they actually allow you to use third-party SSDs.
I mean, it's hard to break into anything like that anymore. Even like the Android phones were hard to break
Yeah,
into. Like,
they're pretty much shield shut as well now.
yeah, with glue.
Do you know the Framework company? If I get myself a laptop again, I'm getting myself a Framework. They
Mm-hmm.
basically allow you to build your entire computer yourself. They send it to you in bits, or they can assemble it for you as well. And then they allow you to literally take out the motherboard and a new one into it, and they can give you GPU extensions as well, so you can at later point take the GPU out, upgrade it, RAM accessible, SSDs accessible, keyboards you can put like little light bars on the sides of your keyboards, can visualize them, and they can be relatively good computers as well at the same time. I
Mm-hmm.
so like there is, I feel, as we're heading more towards non-serviceability, going to be companies that arise that do cater to that audience that actually do want to be able to fix their own stuff. Because like my screen, for example, like being able to fix this screen, it was giving me some trouble today. Yo,
Mm-hmm.
big trouble. And like not being able to fix it myself is a big bummer. Right? Technically the actual screen costs $50, the actual panel. And then I would like to replace the Type C port. Do I? No, the battery. The battery as well. That's going to be another $50 or so. But doing it by a service person, it's going to cost $300. All right. And being able to just do it myself would be nice. I'd appreciate that. Like I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by one, the way your glasses are fogging up, and two, your what do you call lashes? We call them wimpers, lashes.
They're being windshield
Yeah,
wipers.
they're scratching little lines onto it. As long as I feel like we need to go inside, I'm gonna read these comments. I'll read Sam's. I want to restart Childs as well. As long as you own the games, it's legal. But I think we all sail the high seas at once. I don't know what you're talking about. Me sailing high seas? No, we're high up in altitude. That's what we were saying. For if you suffer people to be ill-educated and their manners corrupted from infancy, then you don't get to complain about IP theft and piracy. You wouldn't steal a car, would you? I can literally hear the music in the back of my head. 100%. If I could go online and go burp, 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 and then suddenly a car drops in my freaking backyard, 100%. I'm going straight and I'm doing that. First thing. Did you see that sketch by Fairbarn Farms? You did? You don't
Mm-mm.
know there's these two guys. I think they're brothers technically, and they do these sketches together. And then this guy walks into the driveway, and there's a brand new like truck, and he's like, "Whoa, where'd you get that?" And it's like, "Yeah, I pirated it." It's like, "What?" It's like, "Yo, we got really good 3D printers. I just downloaded it and hit enter." It's like, "You can't do that." It's like, "Well, I fucking did." There it is. Like, didn't you see the ad of like you wouldn't steal a car? It's like, well, turns out, yes, I would. Yes, I
That's funny.
will. Forgiveness. I think, yeah, forgiveness is a concept only arose because of the pervasive idea of debt that forms the bedrock of certain faiths. That's a hot take, Sam. That's a very hot take. I don't know about that one. When we forgive, it requires that we have to put something on our own heart, a perceived slight, a pain others have caused us, but the heart, as a space of energy, interchange, becomes hurt when we do that. That I can get behind, Sam. I can get behind 100%. That is pretty wise. Forgiveness is the mechanism by which we relieve that suffering, but we are not meant to even need it in the first place. It is, as Jesus said, a concession to our hard hearts. Hmm. It's an interesting perspective you're laying down. Uh, and in a way, I can agree with you because most of the forgiveness I have found for others, I have found by forgiving myself, right? And in that way, I feel like I think you're right, Sam. It's like when you're forgiving another person,
So cold.
and she's staying here despite me wanting her to go inside and be warm. I love having you here in stream though. Like that's an awesome look though. Dwarchi. You know what the dwarchi is?
Nope.
It's a little gnome.
Oh yeah, cool.
Little
I can dig it.
gnome. Oh, forgiveness, bless again. Right to repair is a
To
huge
repair.
issue, especially environmentally. It's true. Is that a gabbity?
It's a gobbity goo.
Gugabums, the high seas, was a Pirate Bay reference. I have no idea what a Pirate Bay. What is that? I have no idea. What is that? Tell me, please. Educate me. And when I'm like, which part of the sarcasm is going to be picked up? The second part of the sarcasm is the important part, where you tell me again.
Is it my outfit?
It's more confusion. And I love it. Yeah, I'm being stalked. I feel like suddenly it's like there's Dwarchi, and then there's Dwarchi assassin, Dwarchi moordenaar. I'm not being stalked. Every time I look away, I'm like, I'm being watched. Am I being watched right now by some sneaky? I can't. It's a two-part problem. Someone offends you. You place that offense in your heart that establishes a requirement for these people to attain your forgiveness, a debt that they owe to us. That's those are tough words you speak, Sam. And my poor mind wants to be like, no, uh-uh. Sometimes people say some fucked up shit, yo. Like I've heard some fucked up shit. However, I find that if I care less and I forgive the part of myself that would even believe the fucked up shit they say to me, I suddenly don't need to forgive them. Right? In that way, I might hold a little grudge. A little bit. Is grudge holding the answer, Sam? That's the part of me is like, you should hold a grudge. You should forgive them. Give them the satisfaction of being forgiven. Not on my watch. I'm fucking pissed at I've seen that part of myself as well.
I think maybe forgiven to me might mean like just becoming indifferent to the thing.
Mm.
That's what I mean,
Releasing it.
dissolving, letting it go, like moving past it. Not letting it be an anchor.
I'm imagining the quote. Maybe it's a little bit cliche of no man steps in the same river twice because he's not the same man and it's not the same river kind of thing, right? Where there are going to be certain things that make us more angry than others, but you're not the same person getting angry about it, and it's not the same thing making you angry. And in that way,
It always depends on the situation.
yeah, how you want to interpret it. That is old Stoic wisdom, right? I'm getting cold just looking at her. Verena Quinnan, you can say other words than hi. And then if you do, I can say other words than hi back. Hey, well, hello there. Yeah, that's more words and great reference, I guess, Kenobi. Hello there. Oh, my back is getting a little bit stiff again. I appreciate you, friends, for joining us. We stream for an hour and 10 minutes. Wow! Welcome to the Drakensberga. Red mages over here. Yeah. Oh, goodness. I don't think that's a good thing.
What?
Red mages are bad.
What?
Yeah,
What's
bad.
that?
Red mages are like the mages. And I think the Dungeons and Dragons universe that do like death magic.
I thought I looked like a gnome.
She does. You don't know. No. I want to show the friends a little bit of this. Oh, yeah, you can see mountains. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was great stream. Joe looks like she's gonna turn into a popsicle though. She's gonna go and warm up with the fire soon. It's nice having you here too, Verena. I don't know how far I'll be able to take you, friends. I think they're katlachters. Those are the sounds they make when they like laugh, when they laugh at the cats.
Oh my.
It's like it's nice to have you friends here. Oh yeah. You can see mountain squints. Those little hills. Did you hear that? If you have to calculate the total amount we've went up, these mountains are massive. They're like so big. They're just like really flat for a long time.
We're just at the top of them.
Yeah, exactly. Say bye to them, Sharon. Love
Don't get
you.
me on there. I look goofy.
I like the look. I'm trying to capture all of it. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you for the subscribe and like. See you again soon. Goodbye.